Good morning, everyone. It is Clarissa here, the creator of She Rocks at College. And this morning, I wanted to talk about the energetics behind getting better grades. And when I say the term energetics, what I am referring to is the energy, the magic, the unseen forces that often show up in our lives. These are the divine miracles, the way things kind of flow. And what I have noticed is that energetics, which tends to be a lot of the woo or the way that God brings things to us when we pray about them, there's a pattern behind it. It seems to follow the same kind of steps along the way. So whenever anything comes up in your life that you want to change, that makes you really unhappy, when you start moving in the direction of trying to bring what you do want into your life and to draw the lifestyle that you want and to draw the grades, to draw the college experience that you want into your life, there is a certain process that you need to follow that actually will help bring it to you faster. There's an energy and an essence behind it. And that's what I want to talk about today. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did a live stream talking about the 6 stages of change. So the different pillars or steps that anybody who wants to create a habit or change something about them will naturally go through. Now, these stages of change have been studied extensively by psychologists and neuroscientists, and they've noticed that there is a pattern. Now, what I have noticed is that the energetics, the law of attraction, the divine work that's done by God that helps us to step into the kind of lifestyle, the academic experience that we want, follows that the 6 stages of change pretty closely. And so if you want to manifest the most amazing, incredible college experience and the most incredible grades, the most incredible professors, the most incredible study partners, you have to really understand how this process of manifestation and of working, co-creating your life with God. So I'm going to quickly recap what the 6 stages of change are, and then I'm going to show you how to manifest or draw in better grades for yourself. So the 6 stages of change are, the first stage is pre-contemplation. So in the pre-contemplation stage, you are very uncomfortable in your life. You are not happy with the way things are going. You know that something needs to change because the same patterns keep repeating themselves. You keep experiencing the same types of disappointment, the same type of pain, the same type of shame. And you're getting to the point where you're sick and tired of experiencing the same thing over and over again. But you're not quite yet ready to change. And the reason why you're not quite yet ready to change is because in the past, you've tried to change and you failed, or there are certain blocks, mental and emotional blocks, i.e. limiting beliefs that exist in your subconscious that do not allow you to believe that this change is possible for you. So that is the stage of change number 1. Now, in the energetics of manifestation, in the energetics of co-creating with God, in the energetics of creating the life that you want, the first step is to become aware of the pattern that keeps showing up. So, for example, for a student who is in college and is not experiencing the college experience that they want, they are consistently failing classes or not getting the grades it is that they want, or they're always in this cycle where they go really hard at the beginning of the semester, they burn out, and then they're stuck in this stage of constant procrastination where they lack motivation, where they can't seem to get themselves to move forward and to take the actions. When you become aware that you are not happy with how things are going, that is always the first step. So the second stage of change is called the contemplation stage. So what happens in the contemplation stage is that for some reason, somebody or something comes into your life because you've been searching, because you've been talking about it a little bit more. Somebody or something comes into your life that coincidentally has gone through what you're going through right now, has experienced what you're experiencing right now, and has achieved what it is that you want to achieve. So in the contemplation stage, this is a stage where you are seriously considering starting to take action to change this thing about yourself. Now, you might lack the motivation to do it. There might not be like a really urgent need for you to do it right now. Maybe you're kind of afraid to make the change, or you don't feel like you're equipped to start making the change. Like you feel like you lack the skills, or you don't know if it's even possible. At this point, on the energetic side of manifestation, what happens is that people start coming into your life who have done it. So what they do for you is that they now serve as possibility for you. You're now seeing that, wow, somebody who understands what I'm going through, who's been where I am, has been able to get to the other side, has been able to accomplish it, has been able to break the cycle and move forward and make this change and be successful. These people show you what is possible. And now your brain starts to believe that, hey, maybe I can actually do this. Maybe this is something that is for me. Maybe this is something that I can actually start taking some actions around to create the academic experience that I want, to create the grades that I want, to create the experience that I want. The third stage of change is the preparation stage. Now, in the preparation stage, this stage is all about getting ready to start taking small steps. So during this stage, what you're doing is you're doing a lot of research. You're acquiring equipment or skills. You might actually work with a coach or a mentor or somebody, right? That person that first expanded your possibility of being able to achieve that thing. You might work with them. During this stage, what happens on the energetic side of it, right? The manifestation, the co-creating with God, the law of attraction side of it. This is where you need to start getting clear about what it is that you want to achieve in your life. This is the point in creating the life that you want, that you start getting specific about the goals that you want to achieve. You start getting clarity about what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to be, do, and have. The fourth stage is the stage where you start taking action in the stages of change. So this is when you've acquired all the skills, you're working with the mentor, the tutor, the professor, the whatever. You're following a protocol that you found on YouTube about study skills. You're actually doing the action. This is on the stages of change side of it. What happens is you start, going to the gym, you start to study, you start to create a study plan, you start to actually read your textbook using a 7-step reading strategy, or you start taking notes using the Cornell note method of note-taking. But on the energetics, the divine, the law of attraction side of it, what you will notice that will start coming up for you are actually opportunities for you to reaffirm whether or not this is something that you actually want. It often shows up as tests. So if you've ever tried to change a bad habit before, if you've ever tried to adopt a new good habit, a better habit for yourself, you might notice that at some point, shit starts hitting the fan, right? You've made the goal that you are going to start prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your work, prioritizing your coursework, and that you were going to stop putting your family members first. Well, all of a sudden, when you're starting to get in the groove of it, you'll start receiving tests from the universe or tests from God, opportunities for you to step up into your worth and reaffirm that you are serious about making this change. This is God, the universe's way of basically saying to you, do you actually want this? Are you actually ready for this change? Is this something that you actually want to achieve? Or were you just kind of kidding around? It is your opportunity to prove to yourself that you are worthy of this change, that you have enough self-worth, self-love to continue to move forward towards the goals that you want. So it might feel that during this time period of you trying to get better grades, that everything is working against you. This is actually a good place to be, because this is your opportunity to prove to yourself that you are worthy of this change, that this time around you are seriously going to make it. So that is the fourth stage of change. The fifth stage of change is the maintenance phase, right? So this is when you've been in the groove of, taking your notes the way that you're supposed to take them, showing up to class, doing the things that you need to do, and things are starting to sort of work for you. Now, on the law of attraction, energetic side of it, this is where you're starting to see the manifestation of the things that you said that you wanted. So you might start getting some grades back that are in the range that you wanted them to be. You're going to start seeing that things come really easy for you, that all of a sudden you're getting like little downloads from the world, from the universe, from God, from your intuition that are saying, hey, you should read the book in this way, or maybe you should not, and like actually just go to tutoring because it's faster. And all of these things are flowing into your life that are making it a lot easier for you to continue to move in the direction of achieving your goals. And then the final stage is integration. This is when you have fully accepted, fully stepped into your worth, fully acknowledged who you were meant to be. This is when you have remembered that you are whole, that you are brilliant, that you were made to be here. This is when you start fully entering into the brilliant version of yourself and believing that that is true about you. Now, what I find is that most students who find me, whether it's on YouTube or on a podcast that they heard my story of me failing out of 7 courses when I was in college, being told by my by my advisor that I would never make it in the medical field, being rejected by, accelerated nursing programs, and having to learn that I was meant to be a nurse, that I was meant to deliver babies, that I was smart enough to be here, that I could achieve and do this. Most students who find me and hear that story are usually in the pre-contemplation stage. This is where they are starting to get sick and tired of their life, of their own bullshit, of all of the patterns that keep repeating themselves, of failing out of courses, of, having terrible experiences with their professors, feeling like they don't belong in college and like they're not smart enough, where a point where they're deciding between giving up and dropping out or moving forward and making a change. Most students find me when they're in that stage. And the stage of possibility, because I serve as a vision for them of what could be. But what continues to hold them back are these subconscious beliefs, i.e., thoughts that they've chosen to believe as true. None of us are born with these limiting beliefs of I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure. Those get poured into us when we, through our parents, through the media, through experiences that we've had going through this world. And usually it happens between the ages of 0 to 14, but we start adopting these beliefs about ourselves because of things that we've experienced, and we've heard them so much, and it's been reinforced so much in our life that we've adopted it, we've integrated, we believe it's actually us, that we are a failure, that we aren't smart enough, that we're not math smart, or that we're not the girl who can be a STEM major. And because those beliefs exist, you aren't able to truly and honestly step into the woman that you want to become in your academic experience. So before you can ever apply any study strategy that you see on YouTube, before you can ever apply any time management skills that you're trying to apply, before you can ever integrate into the brilliant woman that I know that you are, you have to figure out what beliefs are holding you back and start to reprogram them. Start to change them so that you can actually believe that what I have achieved is also possible for you. And so because I know that this is what so many of the girls that I work with struggle with, and until we fix that, they cannot accept that the 3-step study method that I teach, that the reading strategies that I teach, the study strategies that I teach will actually work for them. They won't stick to it until they believe that they are the woman who can actually achieve A's. Because I know that, I've created a workshop called Brilliant. It's a 5-day workshop that walks you through how to reveal to yourself these limiting beliefs that are holding you back and start reprogramming them so that you can unblock the mental and emotional blocks that are keeping you from being able to move forward and actually apply a lot of the skills that you're seeing, that you can actually start to motivate yourself to start taking these actions and be able to move forward. So if you are interested in that program called Brilliant, even if you're just curious and you kind of want to see what it's about, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to it in the comments in a moment once I bring it up. And this 5-day workshop, I am going to be hosting it live, and it will start on Monday, June 4th. It's going to be delivered to you via email, and then you'll have access to it for forever. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and click on the link, which I accidentally put the wrong link, so let me delete that and put the correct link right there. If you have any questions about it, if you have any questions about what I talked about today, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will see you in my next live stream. Bye.